Hello and welcome to My Finance Teacher. Today is 16th of May 2018 and I really hope all of you guys are having a nice day. Let's have a look at what's happening in Bitcoin. Over the last couple of weeks, Bitcoin has been trending down after hitting its head on the 200-day moving average that proved to be a resistance that Bitcoin couldn't break on a couple of occasions. What happened after the 200-day moving average rejection is Bitcoin came down all the way to 100-day moving average and unfortunately broke below that. Having broken below that, it tried to retest 100-day moving average and couldn't regain the space above the 100-day moving average, was rejected from that and has been going down for a couple of days already. That is quite unfortunate. And another thing that is sort of significant and unfortunate is that Bitcoin at the moment is below the 50-day moving average. That's not looking very positive for the price of Bitcoin moving forward. Just as we've been discussing over the last couple of times, there is a potential for Bitcoin to retest this bear market trend line, retest the breakout of this trend line, which often happens with different financial products. Looking at RSI, it also shows the potential for Bitcoin to continue moving downwards, as RSI is at the moment at the level of 40. That is close to the neutral level, far from oversold. So there is a potential for Bitcoin to continue moving downwards as RSI oscillates from oversold at the end of March to close to overbought at the end of April, and probably coming close again to oversold near the end of May or so. So we're going to have an arrow something like that, allowing Bitcoin to retest this bear market trend line. And I think we're going to expect a bounce up from that trend line into, again, that resistance zone. I think we're going to see Bitcoin try to break through 100-day, 200-day moving averages again. So similar things for RSI itself. RSI moving downward, and after that oscillator turning upwards again, and moving even further beyond that. I think there is something that we really need to take into consideration, and that is the cycle length. Generally, these cycles in Bitcoin last for a couple of months, sometimes slightly longer than that. This cycle has been going on since end of March or early April, so an expected duration for this cycle, or expected end of this cycle with a cycle low, would be somewhere in the first half of June, something like that. So we would expect in that case another low somewhere in early June, somewhere in mid-June possibly. So what that means is the second attempt by Bitcoin to break through 100 or 200-day moving average might be rejected again, giving us a lower low and indicating that this two-month cycle has finally finished. And I expect Bitcoin to give us a low somewhere in this area, because that is one of the support zones that I see on the charts. So that is somewhere close to 6,900. What we would want to see on the charts at that time, indicating that probably a nice rally in Bitcoin is coming up, which is likely to break above the 200-day moving average, is we want to see a divergence on the RSI. As Bitcoin gives us a lower low, RSI doesn't actually fall as much. This is a bullish divergence, which is just the opposite to the bearish divergence we saw a couple of weeks ago over here, which helped us to forecast a decline in Bitcoin price. Zooming out a little bit, let me delete this zone at the moment. Zooming out a little bit, what that actually gives us is some sort of a triangle consolidation pattern. If I adjust these arrows a little bit, triangle consolidation pattern that has been gradually appearing on the chart since early February. Our current forecast actually aligns well with the consolidation pattern, giving us another degree of confidence in this forecast. And once this triangle consolidation area becomes a little bit too narrow, I expect a breakout, and well, let's hope that happens on the upside. There actually have been some interesting news in the Bitcoin, in the cryptocurrency industry, that point to some institutional players moving into Bitcoin sometime in late summer or after that. So hopefully that is going to give us a nice rally upwards. Hit the like button if you want to see Bitcoin at about 13,000 by the end of summer. Tell us in the comments if you think that is achievable by the end of summer, or do you think Bitcoin will be somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 by then. Thanks for your attention and have a nice day.